Howdy folks, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIII-2 on the Mysterious JG. Starting a new recording session. Apologies, I got a bit of a cold. I think other than occasionally sniffling and sneezing, I don't think my vocal pitch has changed too much. Although I was recording some Metal Gear Survive the other day with a cold and felt like I would occasionally have my voice pitch slip. But otherwise I'll try to keep the sniffling to a minimum, no promises. That wasn't even an intentional joke. And we're going to jump back into the action here of Final Fantasy XIII-2. I was thinking earlier today, the irony of Final Fantasy XIII-2, I've got too many series going on my channel right now, and this is the one the fewest people are watching. Even All Dragons are watching this, which is amusing to me in part because I started playing this because I really want to replay Final Fantasy XIII Lightning Returns, which is the third and final game in the Final Fantasy XIII series. So I'm kind of playing this to get to another game, and nobody's watching these Final Fantasy XIII things. Well, that's not true. You're watching, gentle viewer, and that's enough. So let's dive back into the adventures of Noel and Sarah and try to figure out what I want to actually do in this session. Perhaps the intro will give us a clue.
Final Fantasy XIII-2, the story so far.
Oh, that's evil, scary DLC lady.
Is that you?
Is that your
I won't
crotch?
let you go.
Wait, you're talking to two different people now.
It's too late.
This all feels like stuff that happened a million videos ago, by the way. This is one of the acts that's a bit longer and has more opportunities for going off on side quest stuff, and you can just kind of ignore the main story for long stretches of time. So if we went to 5 Academia 4XX as fuck, that would open the door to the main story continuing. Alternately, side quest stuff would involve going to like the Arcalite Steppe. There's fragments we haven't gotten. The Yasif Mashif. The various Yasif Mashifs have stuff we haven't collected. Augusta Tower is pretty well cleared out. And of course we got DLC land. One thing I thought we might be able to get to now is what the heck is the name of it? I'll know it when I see it. There's a whole set of zones that are like the Vile Peaks. I thought we got to the point where we could start exploring them. They're split in this game. The Vile Peaks are split between... if you remember them at all from the previous game, that was the zone where the party kind of split up for the first time, where you had Zaz and Vanille heading off for adventure in one direction, and Lightning and Hope going off in another direction. And I think it had some pretty cool music that may or may not repeat in this game that I can't really replicate. But no, I think even though I don't have as much time for this play session as I had meant to, I kind of took a nap today. I think it's probably time to advance the story. We got more than half of the fragments after all. And I would really like to get my hands on that weapon that we were promised, which we don't seem to have yet, that we were supposed to get for getting some of the fragments.
Time and memory, frozen in crystal. The god that man built no longer exists, and Academia's future has been
If God did
reclaimed.
not exist, man
Sarah
would
and
need to
Noel
create him,
return to
quoth
find
the
Hope
raven,
and Alyssa waiting to
nevermore.
thank them.
Then
Hope
you
has
get hit in the head with like a
initiated new
barbed wire
project
baseball
to
bat.
build an artificial
ECW,
cocoon,
folks.
an
Raiden.
ark to lift humanity.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, so we had to gather super technology. We had to gather like crystal fragments, which specifically represented graviton something, which they're building some kind of magical device that's going to allow us to progress the plot, and in order for us to use it, we needed to get specific fragments. Or rather, we needed to get at least 4 of 8 such fragments that are available. So we went ahead and got all of them. And now we're ready to activate special magical device. Although I would like to... yeah, want to jump. I would like to, oh, that's the quiz terminal, isn't it? I don't want to do anything with that. I would like to get my reward that I was supposed to get from the receptionist. Yes?
Please take the core directly to Hope and his team.
Okay, but...
Alyssa and Hope will be very excited to see you.
Okay, but when do I get the item that I was supposed to get? I was supposed to get the choice of a new Whoppet. I don't think I have my, increases ATP gauge reaction. I think I was supposed to get some kind of special weapon from one of my two main characters here.
Quiz time is over now, kiddies.
Leave me alone forever. Chocolini, you're not considered receptionist, are you?
How are you on this chockerific day? This time-traveling temptress is here to fulfill all of your shopping needs.
How are you, gentlemen? Oh, never mind. JG got way too late to start on his joke there. I was trying to do like, how are you, gentlemen? All your bases belong to us, and I just messed it up.
Thank you and thank you.
And thank you. Yeah, the sniffling that I was going to try to keep under control is not happening right now. Rather, it is not being kept under control. It is happening. I am not sure what happened as far as me getting this weapon. I'm kind of annoyed.
You've brought us another cluster? Thank you so much. I mean it.
Pose time. Apparently that's enough.
Sarah, did you really do it?
Yeah. Is this some kind of lie?
We had collected all the ore clusters Hope needed to levitate his new cocoon.
And a few extras, barely.
I don't think I'd ever seen Hope look so happy and excited.
See, look at him there. He's just like
But
the
this
way
was
he's
just the
just
beginning.
totally blank-faced.
It would take a century to complete the new cocoon. And if the old cocoon were to fall before
Oh,
it
they're
could be
building
finished,
a new cocoon with these
I know we
graviton
can do
emitters,
it.
yeah.
He's right, you know. Have you seen that broken gate in the town? Well, it's all fixed and working normally.
We collected the ore crystals, so the future has changed, Kupo.
But I thought the future refused
Yes,
to change.
I think so. And look what I found. It was lying next to the gate.
Well, that's a People's Choice Award.
Artifact. I wonder which era this unlocks.
Kupo?
Maybe it takes us to the day the cocoon collapses. The one we saw in the prophecy. The one where Caius is fighting.
Time for the final showdown?
Let's all fight together. We'll follow you to the future by a different path.
By aging to
There are
death.
things there I have to protect.
Boy, I've never seen you look so happy.
Neil and Fang and the new cocoon.
Oh wow, the music's gotten super dramatic. I got a vagabond artifact. What if you assholes give us the
You're
super
leaving for
weapon?
another time period. We'll miss you.
That's really not that exciting.
It's all coming together. It's so exciting.
And I'm so excited.
Caius. Is he really that powerful?
He seems like a pretty nice guy to me.
Once you're done correcting history, I won't just suddenly up and disappear, will I?
Only if I'm able to figure out how to make that happen.
I've said it before, but I don't know how to thank you enough.
How about a Hickory Farms gift box?
Prepare yourselves. The real battle is yet to come.
I mean, the final boss is probably going to be harder than, like, you know, the first act boss, right?
Just a little longer, Fang and Vanille. Soon we'll set you free.
To not know who I am, particularly if you happen to be Fang, who barely had a chance to interact with him.
We'll meet again in the future. I'm sure of it.
Icy, icy, icy. Oh, plot.
It won't be long now. Hope and his team are close to raising the new cocoon. It's hard to believe, but we really are changing history.
Let's take care of the world.
Noel, are you worried at all?
This seems pretty messed up to
Caius
me.
has tried to interfere before. Maybe he will again.
Remember, the
Thinking.
Caius who caused the Seath incident was just an imposter. I wonder why the real one didn't intervene.
Yeah, I didn't think it was worth his
I
time.
hope he lets us finish here.
I pray
Maybe
for a
he
healthy
will.
battle.
If that's what it'll take to protect Yule, then I know he will. I remember we argued about that very thing once, and...
Whether or not to fight you.
Did we argue? I don't remember.
I don't
Are your memories playing tricks on you again? Noel, something must have happened between you two.
The love you once shared was so strong, but...
Damn it. I wish I could remember. Not being able to protect Yule, and being the only one left alive on the planet.
You'd think that would stick with you.
And then leaving that place and traveling to Valhalla, I should know these things.
Yeah.
I wish there was some way to find out. But I wonder, your memory's disappearing.
Could it be
Does
that
it
you're
have
a
anything
freak?
to do with the future changing?
Well, maybe.
Looking good.
Looking good, looking very good, McMahon. Sorry. That is me recalling a obscure thing that happened on WWF Superstars once, with Mr. Perfect doing his impression of Razor Ramon, who was, of course, Scott Hall, a white guy doing an impression of a Cuban. Oh, great. Now the receptionist who gave us the stuff in the first place is gone.
All right then.
Oh, never mind. I'm just not.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I assume you're here for the
Yes,
Weapon
thank you.
prototypes.
Jesus.
We have a large box and a small box. Which one will you take with you?
You're not going to tell us what's inside them?
Yeah, what the hell?
I'm just teasing. You'll have a chance to look them over.
Okay.
Which model would you prefer?
Would you prefer to not be able to tell what the hell's going on because the camera's like stuck on Noel's back? We'll go with Sarah's first. We can get Noel's later. Yep. Odin Vault.
It's all yours. I know you'll make good use of it.
I wish
hope
you could
this
see
was
my
worth
face
it
right
after
now,
all
but
that.
Well, that's going to be up to us. We will change the future. I promise you.
I promise you. So give us the other one.
Everyone is excited to have the famous time travelers visiting us.
You know, the Doctor, Jamie, and Zoe. 'Cause those are the most well-remembered within the, you know, the world Doctor Who set of companions and characters, right? I mean, everybody's mind immediately jumps to Jamie and Zoe, right? Even people who are crazy about Patrick Troughton jump to Jamie and Victoria, so I guess I'm just weird. Alright. Let's see. The Odin Bolt will definitely... It gives us fragment energy, so we lose... what we have now is ATB rate plus 30%, which ain't too bad. Kill Libra, improved potions. So we lose the ATB charge and we get... fragment energy. Fragment energy increases potency of weapons when an abundance of fragments have been collected. Basically, 441116 to 5111191. So it's like a 25-ish% boost in our stats. At least for strength. So smaller stat boost, it seems like, for magic. But yeah, it is the most powerful weapon in the game as far as your raw stats when you've collected all of the fragments. And for now, I think charge time is probably actually better. Because we're not running into that many things where extra damage would really be required. I might need to switch to that when it's time to fight DLC bosses and the like. Bust a wolf! I'm glad we finally got our hands on it, though. I was starting to wonder if I'd somehow done things out of sequence and broken that event chain. I believe you get the other one through the casino, which means in theory we could probably get both through the casino. I don't know. This game has a lot of stuff. Like, I don't see you getting a full clear of all the fragments in this game without the help of the hint book, but...
Hey, look at that! What is that?
Yeah, seriously, what is that? What is this? Oh, say, what is this? So our next objective is to head to the gate. Our friend, who is worried about fading from existence sometimes, and other times is just kind of quirky and fun. It depends on which dialogue writer had their hands on her. She gave us the fragment that opens this gate, People's Choice Award. So now we can jump through. What could possibly go wrong? Oh yeah. Wow. Very cool. Part of me wants to save before we jump in here, and maybe in a new slot. I noticed when loading slots... Oh. Oops. I noticed when loading slots that I was... hadn't changed slots in a long time. I guess I would have to return to the Historia Crux to do what I want to do then, which is annoying. We already have a copyright strike on this video. You get one anytime you, you get one every single time you, reach this screen. It's this music which is earning the copyright strikes. They're probably putting ads on the videos. I'm not really paying that much attention. This is a hobby, folks. Autosave data will now be saved as save data 15. So just for the hell of it, I'm going to have a couple of saves before we dive into the main story, in case, in the unlikely event, I decide that I don't want to continue the main story and I want to go back and do side quests and the main story is not letting us do that. I will almost certainly just power through the main story.
Time.
But that was a bit of a waste of your time. I apologize, but I'll make up for it when we actually advance the plot. Although, I shouldn't be apologizing for not advancing the plot, because the last few videos, even though we went after all eight of the great Graviton cores, when we only needed 4 of the 4-score Graviton cores, I got all 8 of them, I guess, and we only needed 4, but that was main story stuff. Anything that involves getting a Graviton core is connected to... Basically, they just set up a whole bunch of side quests, and they decided at this point, you have to choose... You have to do at least half of them before the main story will let you continue. So in that sense, they all become main story. That's my butt! And now we're going to interact with the thing here.
Oh yeah, it does look like the gate's fixed.
Yeah, check it out.
It
Looks like People's Choice Award too.
Final reckoning. Before we jump through this gate, we better make sure we're good and ready to fight.
JG better save on multiple
Caius
slots.
is up to. Where is he?
Well, we still don't know if he really is against us or not.
He is.
This silence makes me nervous.
What silence? You're
He's always
talking.
been deadly quiet before
And there's
taking
weird
action.
noises from behind this machine.
It's like the calm before the storm.
Normally he's just yakking away like
He is in
JG.
Valhalla, and he's been watching everything we've done here.
There's nothing else to do in Valhalla.
And if he sees a weakness, he'll exploit it without mercy.
If he doesn't see a weakness, he'll be
We
totally
let our guard
merciful.
down, we die.
Oh, so you're
Then
gonna
we
turtle
better
in the
not
corner?
Use the gate until we are definitely sure.
Koopa.
Exactly.
Koopa. Live train. Guys could be waiting on the other side of the gate. Are you ready to face him? I'm ready.
Let's go.
This basically is the game's
You don't have
warning that
anything
you're
else to
going
do
to
here.
end up in a
We
sequence
have
of
to
not
fight
being able to
Caius now, then
backtrack
so
for a
be it.
while.
I'm ready.
All right then. Let's go do it.
Let's do it. Let's fall in love. Where are you going? We're going into the gate. Haven't you been paying attention to the story? They acted like they were just about to jump in, and then they load another one where they haven't jumped in
What?
yet.
No, of course not. We were going to drop by and see you before we left.
Yeah, sure you were.
That's what we figured. Thought we'd save you the trip.
Giggle, giggle.
Turns out like this. A place where we can be happy.
Well, then why are you trying to change it?
When it looks like all hope is lost, people can turn against each other. They end up full of hate.
What are you talking
But
about?
really, when they stop and think about it, they're making themselves sad for no reason.
But I thought you said they're full of hate.
Director,
Anger.
what are you looking at me like that for?
I'm just really horny, sorry.
I was just remembering something. There was a time when I almost lost myself because
She
I
was
had
doing
so
this
much
weird
hate in me.
circle thing with her
And then
fingers. I
some
don't know what that
friends
was
showed me
about.
a way out.
Right.
that's really
You mean
amazing.
lightning and snow.
I know all about what happened in the previous game,
It all
even though it was a
began
crystal
back
the whole
then.
time.
I remember, Sarah. Weren't you the first one who said you wanted to save Cocoon?
Well, I'm sure
It was
someone said it
because
before I
snow
did.
and
It wasn't part of
lightning
the... Oh,
bound
thanks for the
carried out
boob
your wishes,
close-up of the
and we
game.
all came together back then.
Sincerity, folks.
And to this day, Vanille and Fang still keep Cocoon safe.
Between your tits.
And maybe Lightning does too.
Yeah, probably not, Kupo.
Yes, but the old arc is almost finished. It will fall soon. It's going to be hard for many of us to abandon our old home.
But we'll get the Disifestation Squad to clear everyone out.
And when you raise the new arc, maybe you can help our friends as
Mother,
well.
father,
They
people
won't
like
have to
them.
bear the burden of a world anymore. And just maybe, Vanille and Fang will be released from the crystal.
Why don't you guys settle on Pulse? I don't get that. I mean, there's monsters, sure, but you guys have, like, super
If we
technology.
abandon the old cocoon, maybe you could free your friends. Or am I wrong?
Well,
What?
It's okay. We all knew. We wanted to help anyway.
I've been
I've had the
misleading
great
you all
fortune
for
to be helped
years.
By many people over the years. Sarah and Noel, you are the ones who showed me how the future should be. You gave us all a motive. You helped us make the Academy what it has become.
Really? I don't remember doing that.
We got lost a lot. I don't know how many times I almost gave up.
I don't know how many times I had to
Humanity is
retry
doomed
battles
to
against
repeat the mistakes
Behemoth.
of the past.
It's part of being human. But we also have the ability to build new futures.
It's pretty
Well,
significant stuff
as
here.
you would say, Noel. Exactly.
Is that Noel's catchphrase and I didn't notice? I mean, exactly? Whatever. So the fact that they're really treating this like a big speech, underlying the themes of the game and getting ready for the big final battle, undercut by the fact that they show you this, like, on the timeline screen, they show you how many different destinations there are, and we know there's like a whole... We're only like maybe 2/3, maybe, of the way from left to right on the time zone map of places we have to interact with over the course of the game. Really undercuts the idea that you're about to win the game here. This is like, if anything, we're about to get attacked by Emperor Gestalt and find out that he was trick-trapping us into getting the Espers to come out. At best. Exactly.
Once preparations are complete, we plan to journey ahead 100 years.
Exactly,
I wanna be
100
there.
years.
I want to see the raising of Cocoon with my own eyes.
My exact
We'll meet
eyes.
again, Hope.
And when we do, we'll have Lightning with us.
That exact person.
So, I guess this isn't really goodbye then, is it?
Watch out, they've got electric hand buzzers.
For a
Yakubo?
See ya.
In 100 years, exactly 100 years. Dun dun dun. Why are you getting a dramatic shot right now? You don't really seem to be the most important character here, Kupo. Oh, a minigame where we have to dodge giant chunks of crap. Touchdown! And nope. Exactly. That's my catchphrase. What do you
I'm
think?
sorry. But in the new future that you wish to build, I no longer exist. Goodbye.
Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, I don't think I actually got it the first time I played through the game, but that's Alyssa, who really did decide that apparently her existence is a paradox, or at least she thinks she's a paradox. That's what she was talking about earlier. So apparently she smiled evilly because somehow she caused the time Historia Crux Continuum thingy-majigger to malfunction. That's why she's talking all evil there. So here, I don't know where we're supposed to go, and I kind of want to save just in case I go to places out of order and don't actually get to see all of the... Although I suppose you could always jump back out. I don't want to miss any cinematics that you can get by going to Serendipity or the Colosseum.
Time and memory, frozen in crystal. After stepping through the gate, Sarah and Noel find themselves...
Because there's no particular reason that anything should happen at the Colosseum now. But there may be new cinematics here. Really? Oh, cool.
This field exists only for battle and death. Conquerors of war, tyrants reborn, mighty warriors from every age gather here to crush. Unending struggle for victory.
She does seem a little cold. And...
With the elements alive, this realm will then welcome your arrival. But now is not that time.
You want to help me out here? I'm, separated from Noel. I'm afraid. It would be a great time to maybe get a little help. You reveal yourself, Mog. Yeah, so I don't think I even got it before, but... Having played through the game now, I understand that Alyssa betrays you because she thinks that it's the only way to protect her existence, because you're going to undo all the paradoxes, and she thinks she's a paradox. But the game did give you a pretty big hint by having her say what she said, which basically explained it. So I suppose the first time I was playing this game, I just wasn't paying attention.
Time and memory.
Oh, you know what? This is stupid. I'm not going to have the cinematic here. This is just plain... Oh, wait, no, it's not. Never mind. Yes, it is. Oh, ugh. There's two Serendipities, and this one, the DLC one, has less stuff for you to do than the in-game regular one. And it's just a side quest you go through in DLC form to get Zaz as a character. So, in fact, I can come here and do Chocobo racing. But I still don't have Neil in my party, and there's no cinematics at all. So there's really no reason to be here. So they give you these two places to visit, I guess, because they're both in the year question and out of time. And the idea is now you're trapped out of time. So that's why you can go to those places, I guess. It doesn't help you, but you can. So when we come back next time, what we need to do to continue the story is actually go to the Void Beyond Year Unknown. As Sarah, separated from Noel, she seems to have Mog, but not have Mog. Because Mog is actually her weapon, as odd as that is. So we really can't have her separated from Mog entirely, or she's kind of helpless. But next time, we'll try to figure out what we're doing now that we've become unstuck in time. I'm Mysterious JG, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time, wherever that might be. The year 000 question as fuck. Bye-bye.